It's the Mid Antrim 150 and record crowds have turned up at Clough Village near Ballymena for an action-packed day. The sun has made one of its rare appearances and Joey Dunlop was back on the roads. The morning practice at Clough was marred by a serious accident when Cumbrian rider Bob Jackson crashed halfway along Dunbot Road. Bob had been out last for the 600 practice when he appeared to lose the race line for the right-hand bend. He was taken to hospital with severe head and back injuries. His condition is still described as stable. Bob is now in Hexham Hospital near Newcastle upon Tyne. His injuries were serious and he's paralysed from the waist down. With support from wife Maureen, he started on a long programme of rehabilitation. We'll hear from Bob later in the programme. When racing got underway, it was the support race which supplied the first action. George Jeffers, number 94, had taken a commanding lead from the start. We join it on the last lap, commentary from Harold Crooks.
And at Alexander's jump, Jeffers almost loses it there as the feet come off the pegs. Then at fourth place is number 57, Les Williams. He gets a big wiggle as he comes over the jump as well. A very testing part of the circuit. Then we see number 39, Jeff McMullen, being caught by number 44, Seamus Green, and 69, Gavin Bell. Bell, of course, showing the L plate there on the back of the machine. At Dunbot, it's Jeffers. Down into second gear, opening it up as he goes down through the glade towards O'Hara's. Then we see the Victor Gilmore there, number 85, the last man through. Williams again shows. And coming down into the corner, it's number 39 then. Running wide is Jeff McMullen as Green and Bell go up the inside to get ahead of him on the road. And number 79, Kenneth Bowman, shows down into O'Hara's. Behind him it's number 85, Victor Gilmore. But back to the front, it's number 94, George Jeffers, the leader of the race. Cranking it now around Corby Corner and heading towards Clough for the last time. Then we see the second place man, Kenneth Bowman, crouching as he gets the last ounce of speed out of his machine. In fourth place it's number 57 there, Les Williams, who's catching up, and back marker, who is a lap down, that's Hamilton. Then we see Seamus Green and number 69, Gavin Bell, with the L plate there showing clearly as he chases the man in front. At Elders, 94, George Jeffers from number 79, Kenneth Bowman. They swing left and right through that fast sweep, but across the line comes Jeffers to take the points and the glory. And then back for the battle for 5th and 6th places. Seamus Green leads. Gavin Bell through Greggs, the last right-hander on the circuit. Then a left-hand flick into the finishing area. It's still Green coming to the line. Bell almost loses it.
And here's how it finished. Seamus Green hanging on to 6th place. Andrew McLean grabbed 5th place on corrected time. Gilmer took 3rd from Williams, but no doubt about the winner, George Jeffers. Back from injury, Joey Dunlop lined up in the front row of the grid for the 125. Alongside him, Gary Dines looking for his 3rd win of the series. Robert Dunlop out to stop him. On commentary, Harold Crooks and George McCann.
And up goes the flag and off they go up into Clough. Herpen for the first time. The 125's there. Robert Dunlop, number 4, the first man to show.
Good look at David O'Rourke on the white machine, number 25, from the 3rd row of the grid. He's already up into 4th place as a ground the Herpen for the first time. But McNally's back in the 8th position. And Lindsay and Farquhar, they haven't got good starts either.
They're heading now down towards the notorious Alexander's jump for the first time, led by Robert Dunlop. In 2nd place is Gary Dines, 3rd is Mark Curtin. Then we see them jump for the first time. Robert Dunlop already being passed here by Gary Dines on the exit from the jump. So it's Dines from Dunlop, from Curtin, from McNally. Joey Dunlop there in 5th place. Then it's Dennis McCullough.
Yes, and McNally already up into 4th place after that bad start that he got, but he's up into 4th place just in front of Joey Dunlop.
They're now down the glade at O'Hara's. It's Dines from Dunlop, Curtin and McNally, Joey Dunlop and Dennis McCullough. The rest of the field streaming through there. At Corby Corner for the first time, Dines leads, keeps the head down. Robert Dunlop adjusts himself, has a look back to see one McNally in 3rd, Mark Curtin in 4th, Joey Dunlop in 5th. At Elders now, Dines is the man in command from Dunlop, and McNally in there in 3rd place.
Down past Wade's Mill at over 120 miles an hour, even on the 125. Then it's up towards the right-hander, Greggs, which will lead them into the left-hander right beside the start and finish area. Here they come to complete that first lap.
And it's Dines from Robert Dunlop and Owen McNally. Hard on the brakes into the left-hand hairpin here in Clough Village. Robert Dunlop there in second place, Owen McNally in third. Then it's Curtin, Dennis McCulloch, Joey Dunlop and Ryan Farquhar there right at the back of the field. Dines over the jump at Alexander's. A real bump there, George.
Yes, a hard jump to take, but Dines with its motocross experience, he makes it look easy. Down into Dunbot for the second time is still Dines from Dunlop from McNally. Down the glade towards O'Hara's. The order's still the same. Dines, Dunlop, McNally, but they're very, very close, those top three riders. Dennis McCulloch went through in fourth. Joey's up to fifth. Mark Curtin slips back one place to sixth position. Down into Corby for the second time. Still Dines in the lead. But McNally goes up into second place. Number 9, Owen McNally, the man from Coleraine, is up into second position ahead of Robert Dunlop.
A brave move there by Owen McNally now as they head toward Elders. And it's Dines from McNally and Dunlop. That's the running order. But at Wade's Mill, it's all changed because Owen McNally has gone into the lead. Robert Dunlop is second, and Gary Dines is now back in third place.
Well, I suspect, Harold, that maybe Gary Dines made a mistake there because he slipped right back from first to third position.
They're in Clough Hairpin now, and it's McNally, Robert Dunlop, Gary Dines still hanging on to the back wheel there of Robert as they head towards Alexander's jump. Right out to the edge of the road and then cutting across the apex. A neat jump there by McNally.
So they're on their way down to Dunbot corner once again, and Dines is moving up into second place. He nips up the inside of Robert Dunlop. So Dunlop now back down into third position. Constantly these three guys are changing position almost at every corner on the circuit.
So Dines, the leader, as we see number 2, Dennis McCulloch there in fourth place. Joey Dunlop is fifth. Mark Curtin is in sixth position. McNally on the brakes hard at Corby corner, and it looks as if we have lost Robert Dunlop because Gary Dines now is up to second place, and there's no word of Robert Dunlop in that shot. There's Joey, Curtin and McCulloch. At Elders it's still McNally from Dines, then McCulloch now in third place on his own. McNally through Wades, flat out in the 1-2-5.
Coming up to complete 3 laps of the 10 scheduled laps for this 1-2-5 race. It's still McNally in the lead, catching a tail ender already, number 70 there, Ian Weir. So already a lap down after only 3 laps of this 3.6 mile circuit.
We're on lap 5 now at Corby corner, and it's still McNally, still looking where the opposition is in the form of Gary Dines, and there he is. Then it's Dennis McCulloch in third place. Dennis taking it very relaxed there as McNally sweeps past the back marker there as they come out of Elders, showing the difference in the speed between the front men and the back men. McNally setting a hot pace here through Wades and up into Clough.
And across the lane, that's the halfway mark on in this race. 5 laps gone, 5 to go for the 1-2-5s. It's still McNally in the lead as he rounds the hairpin. He's getting further and further away now from Gary Dines in second place. There's the scrap going on for 5th, 6th and 7th positions, because don't forget Joey Dunlop is still in 4th place.
At Alexander's jump, a clean leap there by Owen McNally, the man in front on the Bob Mullen machine. He's into Dunbar corner once again. Gary Dines losing a little bit of contact. The back marker there making a little bit of a difference as they head down through O'Hara's. Then we see Darren Lindsay, Ryan Farquhar and Mark Curtin. They're still having their own private battle further down the field. And here we are in O'Hara's with that man Lindsay leading from Farquhar and Curtin. But back at the Corby corner, it's Owen McNally, the man in the lead.
Yeah, Owen McNally going for his 3rd win on the Ulster Roads this season. He's already won at Tandragee, he's won at the Temple last weekend. There's the 3rd place man, Dennis McCulloch, going through Corby as well. The back to Elders jump. The order's still the same. McNally in the lead, Dines is 2nd, McCulloch 3rd.
McNally now threading his way through the back markers as he comes up into Clough Hairpin. They can make a big difference, giving Gary Dines a chance to close in on him. But he's still well ahead because Dines has to thread his way through them as well. These back markers can be a problem. One of them there waving Dennis McCulloch in 3rd place through. That's the field now on lap 9, led by number 9, Owen McNally. In Dunbot and down towards O'Hara's. Dennis McCulloch on the brakes, cranking around the left-hander there down into 2nd gear, 50 miles per hour. Here's Gary Dines. Head down at the Corby. Dennis McCulloch on the brakes into Corby Corner on the penultimate lap.
Yeah, those two boys land second and third place. Then there's a big scrap for fourth and fifth between 79 Ryan Farquhar and 72 Darren Lindsay. Lindsay nipping up the inside of number 70 there, a back marker. That's Ian Weir once again. But there's no sign of Mark Curtin on first, so he must be slipping back down the leaderboard. And Joey Dunlop has disappeared completely from the scene, so he must be out completely from this race.
At Wades, it's the leader, number 9, Owen McNally. Flat out, and look at the way they sweep past the slower men, showing the differential in the speed. Last lap flag goes out for Owen McNally, who is now a 4.7 lead over Dines, with McCulloch almost half a minute back in third place.
Oh yes, at this stage I think McCulloch is settling for a third position. In fact, I think maybe even Gary Dines has given up any hope of getting the overall win here in this 1-2-5 race. Owen McNally setting a really hot pace as he goes over Alexander's jump for the 10th and final time.
He's now into Dunbot Corner. Plenty of room for him as he goes through there. Dines there in second place. Up into Corby now. The left foot flicks off the peg as he goes down the gears. Looking back then for the second place man. There he is, Gary Dines, settling in. McNally now at Elders, swing at left and right for the last time. Flat out through the sweeping bend. We see Dines still there in second place. At Wades Mill, it's still McNally on his own now for the last time. The last lap flag held out, but it changes to a checkered flag to give McNally a win, and he punches the air as he comes across the line.
So a clear win there for Coleraine man McNally, his fourth in the series. Gary Dines second and Dennis McCulloch third. The battle for fourth being won by Darren Lindsay from Ryan Farquhar.
I was quite nervous before this race, you know, because I suppose a lot of people expected me to do well because I set a lap record and all last year, but I didn't out and I got a terrible start, you know. It was about 10th and sure away, but once it going then I started to pick a few boys off here and there and worked out dead on, you know, so well pleased. Where actually did you take the lead on the second lap? I was coming out of one of the road ends onto the main straight here, you know. Got a good run at it and I was able to pass Gary, you know. So once I get past them then it was just a matter of trying to increase the distance, you know, so worked out okay.
During that 1-2-5 race, both Robert and Joey had to retire due to mechanical problems, but Joey was happy with his performance.
He's 7 weeks away from the sport. How do you feel?
It's difficult to get going again, so I don't get much racing this year. I really enjoyed it.
And what about the 1-2-5 in the last race there?
Oh, it's the season, near fell off. But it was good, you know, because I wasn't up with the leaders, I wasn't that far away, so I was enjoying it.
And he was close to falling off. These are the marks left by Joey's boots on the tank of the 125 McMenemy Honda. In the 200cc race, Raymond Hanna took the honours with Jack Sands, the second place man, on a 130 Honda. In third spot was Barry Davidson, also on a Honda. The new grandstand at Clough was packed for the start of the Junior Open race. Owen McNally and Dennis McCulloch discussing tactics perhaps. Courtney, he gets into line on the 750 machine for the start of what was scheduled for a 10-lap race. The race got underway and it was Ryan Farquhar on bike number 77 who was to make the early running. As you can see, he was first into the hairpin. And he was already starting to string out the field on the approach to Alexander's jump. Farquhar, who was having his most successful season to date, looked like he was going to give Gary Dines a good run for his money. Dines second there, Owen McNally in third as they go over the jump. But it was at Dunbot Corner where his good run came to an end. Bike and rider down, Owen McNally stopping the other riders. I think that's Joey Dunlop taking the slip road. Glad to say Farquhar escaped with cuts and bruises as the race was stopped. When the race was restarted, it was reduced to 8 laps. On commentary, Harold Crooks and George McCann.
This time, Gary Dines is first in the Clough Village, followed by McNally and Dennis McCulloch. Turning on the power now as they exit the village towards the notorious Alexander's jump, but we go back to the start of the 750 race. This class is John Donnan from James Courtney and Richard Britton on the outside.
Yeah, in fourth place there, number 33 in the red tail end of the machine, that's Stephen Ferguson. But Adrian Archibald, number 13, getting an atrocious start there. Back with the 250s again over Alexander's. A big wheelie there from Dines. Bit of a wiggle from McNally in second place. Dennis McCulloch in third.
Back to the 750s. Alexander's jump. Courtney from John Donnan, the man in black, in second place for the time being. He's followed by Richard Britton. The 250s now on their way down into Dunbot for the first time. Dines already pulling away from McNally and McCulloch in third position. Joy Dunlop showing there in fifth.
Yeah, the man in front of him there in the yellow machine, that's Jerry Brannan from Hollywood, making a bit of a comeback to the road race scene.
But the 750 still led by Courtney. Britain now up into second place with Donnan demoted to third. And we see the rest of the 750s. Remember, it's a dual race here. The 250s going for championship points. The 750s going for the glory.
But we're back with the 250s again at Corby Corner. Dine still in the lead. And Dennis McCulloch nips up the inside of Owen McNally to grab second position. So it's Dines, McCulloch and McNally, the top three runners there in the 250 category.
But back to the 750s. It's Courtney from Britain, from Donnan, from Stephen Ferguson, from Alan McDonald, and the man on the move is number 13, Adrian Archibald. Behind him it's Paul Cranston from Cookstown. So the top seven there in the 750 class, but the 250s are now in Wadesmill, far out on a 250, 150 miles per hour. With Dines leading from McCulloch and McNally now in third place.
And as the leader comes up to the lane to complete his first lap, the orders Dines, McCulloch, McNally, and there's only 0.4 of a second between McCulloch and McNally for second and third position, so they completed that first lap, so it's still very, very close.
Power on now as Joy Dunlop in fourth position. Takes the Preen Honda out of Clough Village, and what a battle is developing there for that fourth place. And Alexander's jump, Dines absolutely perfect as he crests the hump. Joy Dunlop, a man who loves the jumps at any circuit. He keeps the bike level as he goes across Alexander's jump there.
Down into Dunbod Corner is still Gary Dines in the lead. Dennis McCulloch in second, Owen McNally just shadowing him through. They're still close between McCulloch and McNally for second and third position. There's Joey Dunlop coming through. He's still in fourth place. Then the yellow bike is Jerry Brennan from Hollywood in fifth place. Two local boys behind him. That's Norman Gordon and Phil Reid. They're from the Ballymoney area.
In fact, George, Norman Gordon lives right on the Mid Antrim course. But here's a man who likes to live at the front of the pack. Gary Dines leads them round the Corby Corner. Dennis McCulloch in second place and Owen McNally still in third. But there's a determined look on McNally's face as he heads up the hill, staying tight to the man in front. Joey Dunlop in fourth. Then we look back to the 750 leaders. Courtney, the man who cranks it round, the left-hander, heading up towards Clough. Richard Britton there, the green helmet shining. Oh, and look at this. Stephen Ferguson on the outside, Adrian Archibald on the inside. Private battle going on there. Back in Clough Village at the start of lap 3 for the leader, Gary Dines, winding up the Moira Club machine, heading towards Alexander's jump, down out of Clough Village. Second place man then McCulloch, and then we see Joey Dunlop.
Yes, and Joey Dunlop, the lap record holder for the 250 class, but Dines is getting very, very close to it. It's easy to see Dines' strategy at this point in the race. He's out to demoralise the opposition.
We're now in lap 5 at Corby Corner. Dines doesn't even look back to see where the opposition is, and there it is in the form of Dennis McCulloch and Owen McNally, still in their own battle for second and third position. McNally looks to be going around on the outside. Joey Dunlop in fourth place has been caught now by the 750 leader, James Courtney on the Tilston Honda. So the power of the 750 should count between here and Clough for the Antrim man. And I see Britain there in second place in the 750 class, but look at McNally and McCulloch. McNally has taken him as they come from the top of Elders down through the very fast part at Wades. So McNally now up into second place ahead of Dennis McCulloch. So Gary Dines already out of sight, still leading. McNally now second, and then that man McCulloch in third place. The 750 leader, James Courtney on the big Honda, rounds the right-hander up into Clough Village at the front of the 750 class.
Yeah, there's no machine in this class to touch James Courtney's RC45 Honda.
We're on lap 7 then with the 250s. Gary Dines the leader, McNally and McCulloch. The two Macs still engaged in their private battle there for second and third place. But there's Courtney on that big Honda. A really powerful machine. Richard Britton on a 620 Schimmel machine in second place in the 750 class. Joey Dunlop on the 250 Payne Honda. They're in fourth place in the 250 race.
7 laps gone, 1 to go for Gary Danes. A bit of a wiggle from his Moira 250 Honda as he crosses the line there. He's well ahead of the scrap for second place. He's already round the hairpin there in Clough Village. As the second and third place come into view, McNally and McCulloch, then it's the leader in the 750 class, James Courtney, round Clough Hairpin for the final time.
Hiring the Tilson Honda towards the second and third men in the 250 class as Richard Britton gets a little bit wide there as he comes out. He turns on the power and the front wheel comes off the air, stays in the air for quite a distance as he exits Clough Village. Joey Dunlop, the supreme road racer, smooth as ever. He goes round the left-hander, a little bit of a pull in the air. This battle for second and third in the 250 race. McNally jumps, McCulloch jumps, head in behind the screen as they head down towards Dunbot corner for the last time.
And it's still Gary Danes on the final lap. Number 6, Danes through Dunbot. Looks over his shoulder to see where the opposition is. It's still McNally in second place. McCulloch right behind him there in third position. That's going to be a real fight to the finish line. Then we've Joey Dunlop coming down into Dunbot in fourth position on the 250 Honda. The bright yellow helmet, the bright red machine of Joey Dunlop safely down through the glade for the last time. Next man through, John Donnan and Adrian Archibald lying third and fourth in the 750 category. There they go through O'Hara's.
At the Corby corner, Owen McNally in second place in the 250, Dennis McCulloch in third. For the 750 leader, James Courtney now on the back wheels of the second and third place man in the 250 category. Richard Britton in second place in the 750 race on the 620 Schimmel Honda. He powers his way towards the finishing line. Joey Dunlop on the 250 Payne Honda now in fourth place. And here's this battle between John Donnan and Adrian Archibald in the 750 category. They're still battling it out. And as we see them come out of Elders for the last time, James Courtney there chasing Owen McNally in second place in the 250 category. But remember that Gary Danes is already across the line to win the 250 class as Courtney moves up ahead of McNally, coming to the line to win the 750 category. So it's Courtney from McNally as across the line from McCulloch.
And confirmation there, Gary Dines winning that by a convincing margin from McNally in second place, McCulloch third with Joey Dunlop in fourth.
I didn't really want to start the race at all. I just wasn't informed for it, but when I got going it was okay.
Well, you seem to be suffering a wee bit from that incident with Ryan
Farquhar's Ryan's bike came off the bank and hit me in the first one. And he ripped the footrest off the bike and nearly ripped my knee off, so I had to go up here and have a look at it.
In the 750 race, James Courtney had an easy win over Richard Britton in second. It was John Donnan who hung on to third spot under pressure all the way from Adrian Archibald in fourth.
Well, James Courtney, you seem to make that race look extremely easy.
Well, I wouldn't say that now. As you know, Bob Jackson crashed in practice, and hopefully he'll be okay. It was good now. He got away early, just kept her going. Since we've got the twin fuel injecting system on the Honda, it seems to be really going very, very good now. And what a need it.
Sadly, Bob Jackson is having to come to terms that he'll never race again. Spinal injuries have left him paralysed. The 43-year-old from Cumbria is now back near his home in Hexham Hospital, where he's beginning a long rehabilitation program. Wife Maureen said, "This is now a slower race, but it's one we have to win." Bob told me his recollections of the crash.
I remember the bike sliding, and then there was just a big bang, and that was it. The next thing I remember, I woke up in hospital.
Did you realise very early the extent of your injuries, that it was serious?
Not really, no. No, it was quite a fright when I found out what had happened.
Just explain what exactly happened to you.
Well, it's my spine, the fifth bone in my spine is crushed, and that's what's paralysed me. I also broke right collarbone, fractured two of my ribs on the right, and then I've broken my left shoulder and blade at the back. So I lost a tooth as well, and got a terrible black eye. I'm very lucky I didn't have any brain damage. So.
In the first week or so, I think a lot of people felt, well, he has a chance he may not be paralysed for good. Was that ever the case?
Yeah, I think a lot of my visitors that came to see me prayed that it'd be all right, but obviously it's not going to be.
How difficult a time has it been for you and indeed your wife, Maureen?
But it's been very difficult. You know, every day in the year feels like a month. You know, we'll just keep watching up and keep hoping.
The future for you, treatment-wise, what's the next thing to happen?
Well, the physio will be the next, and to sort of get me sat up. They said it'll be 8 weeks. I've been like six weeks now, so a couple of weeks' time, hopefully I'll be able to get sat up and they'll get me in a wheelchair and learn me how to use that. And then 3 months or so, I should be going home. Can't wait.
What about your thoughts of the sport now? I mean, a lot of people say it's a dangerous sport. How do you feel about motorbike racing now?
Well, I don't feel any different to how I felt before. I mean, it is a dangerous sport. But I mean, crossing the road's dangerous, you know. Anything like that's dangerous. It's just, I feel very unlucky what happened. No, I mean, if I can get out there again and help anybody with the racing, I probably will do next year.
So there's no resentment. You'd still like to be involved in some way?
Certainly would, yeah.
Now the thing is, I come over here and so many motorbike people have spoken to me about Bob Jackson. How's Bob Jackson? Tell me about the well-wishers and the cards.
Yeah, it's just been unbelievable how many cards I've had. Yeah, it really has. Excellent.
What sort of things have they written?
Well, just get well and keep your chin up and, you know, thinking of me and praying, and it's been really good.
A regular hospital visitor has been friend and sponsor Winston McAdoo, who says Bob will always have a part to play in his team's plans.
As far as I'm concerned, Bob's career as a rider may be over, but his career in motorcycle sport is far from over. We hope to have Bob back as team manager for McAdoo Racing in '99. Without Bob Jackson, there will be no McAdoo Racing.
The crowd's there eagerly awaiting the next race of the day, the Regal 600.
And number 12, John Donnan.
The big three line up, ready to do battle once again. There's Adrian Archibald, beside him Richard Britton, and completing the front row, it's James Courtney. And ready to go on commentary once again, it's Harold and George.
The flag goes up. Front group heads up into clock for the first time. Richard Britton on the inside. James Courtney running a little bit wide. Adrian Archibald there, slotting into second place as Richard Britton's front wheel paws the air, going out of Clough Village for the first time in this 600 class.
So coming to Alexander's jump for the first time, Britton in the lead, Archibald tucked in behind him there. It's a battle between the usual big two in the 600 super sport class. Oh, that wasn't a very good jump there from Britton. He was very, very close to the right-hand hedge as he went over the jump that time. Down into Dunbod corner, it's still Britton in the lead. Britton from Enniskillen, the 27-year-old. Then it's the 28-year-old Ballymoney man in behind him. Adrian Archibald, Courtney's still there in third position. Down through the glade, down past O'Hara's farm, the order's still the same. But coming into Corby, it's still Britton in the lead from Archibald second, Courtney third, Donnan fourth, Stephen Ferguson from Carmoney fifth. And going up into the top six then is Pat Bradley, but number 72, that's Darren Lindsay from Lisburn. He runs very wide and loses about 3 places there in that manoeuvre.
Coming out of Elders, it's Britton from Archibald, from Courtney, from Donnan, from Ferguson. You're flying five, but look at this man Britton, flat out there on this Honda, the Schimmel Honda, through Wade's Mill, up through the right-hander into Clough Village, keeping the throttle on the stop as he comes up across the line, going out to start the second lap. He's already 2.3 seconds ahead of Archibald, the Ballymoney man. Britton there, taking a fairly wide line as he goes out into Clough. Second and third place man, Archibald and Courtney. Courtney really screwing as much power out of the Honda there as he can. Archibald holding on to second place, and that man Britton is really taking chances with Alexander's jump. He was right out to the right-hand side and then almost clipped the right-hand ditch once again. At Dunbod corner, he's still flat out. Archibald still second, Courtney still third. John Donnan in fourth and Ferguson in fifth. What a battle this is in this 600 class. The machine's fairly equal on power and speed. Archibald and Courtney, Donnan and Ferguson. The leader already out of sight because he's already breaking into Corby corner once again.
Richard Britton really has been a revelation in the 600 Super Sport class this season. He looks over the shoulder to see some of the men lower down the leaderboard. 74 there was Pat Bradley, just in front of him. 56 was Eddie Sinton.
At Elders, it's still Archibald in second place from Courtney in third. Donlan still fourth, Ferguson in fifth. These five well clear the rest of the field, but Britton is the man in command and control. Through Wades, 150 miles per hour on these legal street bikes, almost the same as you can buy them out of the showroom. Here's the fourth and fifth place men, Donnan and Ferguson, rounding the right-hander. We're now in lap 5 with Britton the leader.
Round and back corner once again, and Britton has broken the 600 lap record in lap number 2 by 3/10 of a second, so he's really on the move. Courtney through there in third place, and of course it's still Archibald in second position.
And going for the lesser positions, number 7, Adrian McFarlane, and number 56, Eddie Sinton. But number 1, Adrian Archibald, cranks it round the left-hander at Corby, powers his way up the hill. Donnan and Ferguson still locked in battle for 4th and 5th positions. Then we see the battle for 6th and 7th. Adrian McFarlane ahead of Eddie Sinton in 7th place. Archibald from Courtney off the jump at Elders and round the right-hander, caught in the curb cam. But flat out through Wades Mill is the leader, Richard Britton, still battling it on 150 miles per hour, rolling it off a little bit as he goes up through the right and left-handers and into the village of Clough. Going out now to start the 6th lap of 10. Britton is 11.1 seconds ahead of Archibald. He rounds the left-hander. There's Adrian Archibald in second place. James Courtney in third, losing a little bit of ground to the man ahead of him. And this battle behind them for 4th and 5th between John Donnan and Stephen Ferguson still going on as James Courtney jumps Alexander's jump and immediately gets down in behind the screen.
So Britton may be away out on his own for the lead, but certainly that big battle for second and third between Archibald and Courtney, it still rages. There goes Adrian McFarlane through in 6th position. Back with the leader once again at Dunbod. He's away out on his own. Richard Britton had carburetions problems last week at the Temple 100 and the 600 class, but no problems for him this afternoon. In the battle between Adrian Archibald and James Courtney for second and third. They're safely through the glade. Another battle for 4th and 5th between John Donnan and the Black Machine and Stephen Ferguson. And yet another battle between number 7, Adrian McFarlane from Plumbridge, and in behind him there, number 56, Eddie Sinton.
And we're now on lap 9 at Alexander's jump. As the leader, Richard Britton, has to roll off a little bit as Trevor Ferguson is ahead of him. Adrian Archibald now ahead of number 59, who gets between him and the 3rd place man, James Courtney. Across the jump he goes, head behind the screen, powering it on. Then Donnan and Ferguson still locked in their private battle, jumping in unison there, synchronized jumping over Alexander's jump for the 4th and 5th place men. Number 56, Eddie Sinton, still battling on there, on his own this time. Archibald into Dunbot. Quick look into the right shoulder to see where Courtney is. Donnan and Ferguson still locked together, only a bike's length in it as they go down the glade to O'Hara's. Number 7 still there on his own now, Adrian McFarlane in 6th position. The Britton, the man in front, rounds the Corby corner. The back wheel sliding out as he turns on the power. Courtney getting right onto the back wheel of Adrian Archibald as they come into the corner. Again, Archibald has that quick look to see where the opposition is. Donnan and Ferguson. Ferguson really hard on the brakes that time, George.
Yeah, but Donnan holds on to the position, but here we're back with second and third again. Archibald just in front of James Courtney, and it's getting closer between second and third places with only 1 lap to go. They're on the 10th lap of 10, up into the hairpin for the last time. Archibald still with the advantage over James Courtney. A bit of a wheelie there from Courtney, so that won't gain him any ground. Valuable 10ths of a second lost. Back once again with the scrap for 4th and 5th places between Donnan and Ferguson. Still Donnan holding off Ferguson there as they go up through the right and left-handers past Gregg's farm to complete their 9th lap.
And Donnan there, the back wheel steps out as he powers the brakes on. Ferguson right on his back wheel, watching every move. He has shadowed him for the whole of the first 9 laps. They're on the 10th one now. Across the jump they come once again. Immediately Ferguson sticks the head in behind the screen.
And at Dunbot is still Archibald from Courtney scrapping it out for second and third. Who's going to be 4th? That's the big question at the moment. Ferguson tries to get up the inside of John Donnan. The tail end of their number 20. That's David Murdoch, the Dubliner, but it's still Donnan that has the advantage as they go down the glade for the final time. Donnan still in 4th place. Ferguson 5th. No change in order, but that was closer at Dunbot.
Trevor Ferguson, the man showing there, but it's Archibald leading from Courtney out onto the clock road for the last time. And here's this battle. Donnan on the inside. Look at the braking power. Ferguson very anxious to get round on the outside, makes a mistake and runs wide and loses that little bit of ground. But he's still thinking about getting past Donnan as they head up over Elders. But he's still there. And here we have the leader catching up on the back markers as he comes through Wades for the last time. Richard Britton, number 8, arriving in a bevy of back markers. Waves as the checkered flag is held out. Then we see this tremendous battle as James Courtney goes up into 2nd place. In the very last quarter mile of the race, Courtney goes up into 2nd place ahead of Archibald, who has now to settle for 3rd. And here's the final battle. Donnan is still ahead of Ferguson. Ferguson made that mistake at the Corby corner and paid dearly for it, so he has to settle for 5th behind John Donnan.
So Richard Britton taking an easy win there after leading from the start. James Courtney just snatching 2nd place from Archibald on the final lap. It was John Donnan who won the dice for 4th.
I wasn't expecting it when I thought Archie would be right on my case, like, but I got away at the start and went over Alexander's jump and the whole thing landed clean wrong, like, and it was everywhere. Then I just kept going on and on and on. I did make up for it today, but we're still owed two more points, like, or whatever, from the last day Bishopscourt.
Yeah, I think that must be your 7th win in the Regal Series, is that right?
Yeah, that'll be 7th now.
You're well on your way to taking the championship?
No, it's not over yet.